You know what really grinds my gears?
Entitled women. Hands down some of the worst kind of people to be around. But you know what's even worse than an entitled woman?
Set bars. Just ask random men and...
A fat or ugly entitled woman. Now, don't get your panties in a knot just yet. I'll explain. These two lovely females were going to indulge themselves in a night of free everything at the nightclub and got smacked with their first case of reality. And honestly, good. Sometimes people need their bubbles popped to realize how entitled and privileged they are, and these two just got that. So let's watch.
Absolutely sick to our stomachs about what happened last night, so we are here to share with you what happened.
I got invited to Highlight Room last night for my friend's birthday. It was a group of like 15 girls. I was definitely the biggest in the group, waiting in line to meet up with the promoter. I ran into Ella. It was like amazing. We're gonna have so much fun up there. So the promoter starts letting in the whole group of girls, and right when it gets to me at the front, the bouncer puts the rope in front, looks me up and down and says, "Yeah, not tonight."
Okay. Let's get serious now. For anyone who has done the whole nightlife scene, you already know what it is. But for anyone who has stayed home like a little good boy and girl, I'm going to break it down for you. Nightclubs are one of the most shallow, bottom-feeding places you can go. And you got men who are forced to pay admission and also pay for the booth and bottles. So those bottom feeders can go in for free and live a good night on a hard-earned man's dollar. But...
Women, am I right, fellas?
I wanted to make sure he wasn't confused and he knew that I was a part of the group that he was letting in. So I let him know, and he looked me up and down one more time and said, "Yeah, not tonight." And at that point, it was extremely apparent what was going on and that I was being discriminated against because of the size of my body.
Quit lying, girl. She knew exactly why she wasn't getting in the moment they blocked her off. And I'm not saying this is right, because it isn't. But to be honest, this is a fat girl's problem that only other fat girls can sympathize with. And let me explain. So you have your slim cute girls. That is the main target getting into the club using pretty privilege. And they do not care about fat girls' issues at all, because girls are evil. And the guys who deal with it the most in the clubs, dealing with holding down the bill and getting used and turned down by you women, usually need to pay for the admission or the booth to even be in there. So after all that, they probably want the most girls in there to be slim and cute women. This just leaves what? Angry, fat, or ugly women to fend for themselves. But nobody has the ability to care, being that their own problems are things that they're already going through. Y'all are on your own out here.
So then I'm confused. I'm like, what's going on? Let me talk to him. So we switch spots. I go to the front. I'm like, "Hi, sir, it's just us four. Like, what's going on?" Like, super calm. And he's like, looked at me up and down, was like, "Not tonight." And I was like, "What do you mean not tonight? I'm so confused. Like, I was just here for dinner before." Like, "Wait, what are you talking about?"
So wait, her friend, who somehow slipped through the cracks, came to her defense and was given the boot as well? Yo, you're a real one. I can't even lie, but that's kind of funny. This seems less like a fight for justice and more like a cry for equal pretty privilege that the other 13 girls seem to have gotten. Tough titties, ladies. Like, men deal with this all the time. I'm sorry.
It was so dehumanizing. It was like we were literally getting looked through. People were watching and seeing what was going on, and no one was helping. These people were looking at us like we were scum of the earth.
Literally scum.
No.
Oh, really? Kind of like how women look down on 80% of the dudes in the clubs, or in general, for just simply being themselves. See, they won't go in on the double standard on men and how they have to deal with the crap they do in clubs, which is eons worse than what they have to go through. But they cannot get the same pretty privilege that the hot girls do, and they start bitching and whining. Nah, today we are handing out those reality checks, and you can cash it in whenever you want, ladies.
We are clearly getting discriminated against. It's very evident. They're letting girls in front, behind, back, side, guys come in, everyone that is way thinner than us. And they literally looked at us up and down and said, "Not tonight." On a Wednesday night, mind you. I'm tired of staying quiet. This needs to be talked about.
What is there to argue about? Guys get in regardless because they fund the night. girls skinnier or prettier than you get in because they're what the majority of paying men want to see. Those groups are adding value to this specific cause, and it's sad, but it's true that the bigger women are less desirable, especially when they are fit, cute girls around. This is strictly business, and they are aware of this. They're just a little sour their privilege runs a bit shorter than the other girls.
If you've experienced any type of discrimination like this, you know exactly how horrible and disgusting it feels, and we are no longer letting this fly anymore. We're holding these people accountable.
So Highlight Room and any other club or place that discriminates people and fat shames them, please do better.
Bruh. Now they're making a call to action to ruin the club's reputation. This is going to work as well as vegans protesting at any shop that serves meat. The people you need to care don't care because it's innately not their problem. Also, you are not fighting for women's freedom like some women in Iran. You are bitching about not being able to access pretty privilege to abuse men's time and money in a club for free drinks and seatings. The level of entitlement here is uncanny, and honestly, it
Grinds my gears.
To make matters worse, they went on this whole news tirade to bash the clubs, which is sad because the news, just like the clubs, doesn't care. They're just farming your emotions for points and ratings, right? But anyways, let her explain how far her movement has gotten her so far.
Over it, you'll never make a change. This is how it's always been. NBC interviews us. Yahoo picks it up. Countless and countless women come forward with similar stories. The Highlight Room has yet to apologize. They told the NBC reporter that they're actively engaged with me and Alexa to make this right and that they're always open for feedback, which is ironic considering their Instagram comments are now disabled, the Tao industry group comments are disabled, and their Yelp reviews are disabled. But you guys are going so hard for us, hashtag not tonight. The Yelp reviews started flooding in. Y'all went so hard. I mean, beautiful. Now you can't leave anymore because they're under investigation by Yelp because they had way too many reviews. What I do find interesting, though, is that their Google review score has gone up overnight somehow, and magically all of the recent reviews of 1 stars have been disappeared, and now here are the newest reviews, all 4 or 5 stars, so something is not adding.
It's kind of sad because I bet these owners are having a field day laughing at all this, because what they did, although is wrong on a social standpoint, the nightclub culture promotes these behaviors because it's predicated on the worst type of values we hold as humans, and they profit off of this. Some people, like men, get the bad end of the stick, and them whining about it won't do anything. I know people like this never want to hear this, but if you want to get in the same way the other 13 girls did, I'd start off with a resolution and maybe a gym membership.
You need to leave.
I rest my case. What do you guys think? Should they have gone so far to reach out to these news networks because this is such a life world-changing crisis of an issue? Or should they have took this as a sign to better their health to seek these same benefits these fit girls are receiving? I woke up and chose violence today, but sometimes this is needed. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. GB out this bitch. Peace.